In this game, he sacrifices his two rooks and still delivers the checkmate. This is not normal, this is pure destruction. Today we are looking at an insane attacking game in the Sicilian defense, while white completely destroy the black king with unstoppable pressure. So the game starts with e4. So if you like this video, subscribe to Checkmate City, and the game starts with 1 e4. Black play the move c5. White reply with knight f3 and black play the move knight c6. These are the normal developing moves, right? So here white play the move d4, c takes d4 and knight takes d4 was played. So it is the normal opening. Knight to f6 was played to attack the e4. So here knight to c3 was played to defend the e4 pawn, right? So this is defended. So here black play the move g6. So there are so many calculations here. Let me explain why there are so many calculations. So here, right, the black's idea is to play the bishop on g7 and to castle the king, to play d6, bishop to d7, queen to c7 and rook c8, right, and he is going to attack the c2. So here white will play the move bishop e3 f3, bishop c4, queen d2 and triple O, right? So then he will play the moves of g4, h4 and h5 and attack the king side, right? So this is the calculation and the plan behind this Sicilian opening, right, which is Apraxiated dragon. So here white replay with f3, bishop g7 was played and bishop to e3 was played, castles, and here white played the move g4. Right, he is going to play the move h4 in future and going to play h5 and g5. So here he attacks the black king. So here black plays the move d6. He is very calm, right? So here white play the move queen d2, keeping an eye on h6 square. Rook to e8 was played, h4 was played, right? He is going to push to h5 in the next move. Black play the move bishop to d7 and white play the move h5, right? So he's going for the king, right? So here black play the move rook c8, white play the move h takes g6 and f takes g6. So here the diagonal is weak, right? So and the bishop is also not active. So here white play the move bishop to c4, just attacking this weak king. So here black play the move e6, just to keep the pawns on the center and just to defend this check, right? So here white play the move bishop c4. There is a reason why here, let me tell you, right? So in this next move he will take this knight, right? If you play some other move like rook h2, he will take this knight. If you take this with the queen, this is the only move, then he will take this pawn, right? So your queen is attacked, your bishop is attacked and your rook is attacked. If you play this, then he will take this, then if you take this, then he will take this. So here white play the move bishop to b3, knight to e5 was played, right? So here he attacks this pawn to give a beautiful fork. So here white play the move castles, knight c4 was played, right? So to attack the e3 and d2. So white play the move bishop c4, rook c4 and bishop g5. So here he has to pin this knight with this queen, and in future he is going to play the move e5 just to attack this knight, right? If he plays some other thing like d5, he will play confirm e5. So here black has to play queen a5 just to get rid of this nasty pin. So here black play the move queen a5, knight to b3 was played to attack the queen on a5, queen c7 and e5 was played. In this position white can play the move like queen takes d6 and queen d6 and rook d6. It's simply a pawn up, right? But it is equal and it is +2 for white. It seems equal for black, but it is +2 for white, right? So he can play that queen d6, but he played the move e5, right, to attack the knight on f6. So black play the move rook takes c3, which is the blunder, right? Here white play the brilliant move, right, which is one of the greatest move, which is e takes f6. He first take that knight right? If you play some other move like rook to c6 and rook to c4, then you will lose this bishop, right? And white will have extra piece, right? So that he takes the piece on b3, but which is also a mistake because he's going to take on b3 first, bishop to f8. So here this pawn is advanced, right? So this pawn is super advanced and these pieces are crumbled in the back rank, right? So here white play the move f7, which is great move. Because why do you think it is great? Because he sacrifices this pawn to get rid of this pawn, right? So here black play the king f7 and white here play the queen f4 just to bring his queen to the game, right? He will play queen f6 in the future. So here king to g8 was played, and here comes the first brilliant move, which is the sacrifice of this rook to h7, right? So here he has an iron queen on c7 and he sacrifices himself to checkmate. So here bishop to g7 was played and rook to h1 was played, right? So there are so many calculations, so I will tell you, right? So he is aiming for h8 square, but the bishop is right somewhat controlling, and if this bishop was moved some other like e5, then queen to f7 will be a nasty checkmate. So this rook having an eye on c7 queen, so this rook is not in this party of the game. This bishop is simply wasted, right? So these two and these four pieces are not involved in the king safety. So here black play the move queen f5, which is a simply worst move because there's nothing black can save here. And the next move is also a brilliant move, which is rook takes g7. Here it need to be given as a brilliant move because it need a sacrifice of a rook to the bishop, right? So here he sacrifices the rook, king takes g7, and he sacrifices the another rook on same square, rook to h7, and here he needs to take it because there is no other ways. King to h7 and queen f7 check. So the only move king h8, and the last and the final move bishop f6 checkmate. So this is the double rook sacrifice game which is seen today. So the lessons from this game is simple. Don't be afraid of sacrifice. If you sacrifice it, good or not, but you need to take the bold move. So from this game we have learned that thing. So subscribe to Checkmate City for more videos.